16-year-old Nick Sandman confrontation with Native American elder Nathan Phillips.
Wonder if the hats had anything to do with your muted response.
Some say we're letting liberal fascists decide what can't be said in public.
Some people see as a young kid with a smirk on his face.
Stand your ground. This is Mr. Obvious, and today we have a 4chan Chronicle. So what's the based hacker up to this time? What kind of crazy shenanigan has our lovable anime mascot gotten into this time? Operation Stand Your Ground. By now, you've probably heard plenty about the Covington High School kids. In case you need a reminder, Covington High School kids were standing outside waiting for their bus to arrive, when all of a sudden, a group called the Black Israelites came. This is a cult, a religious cult which has many bigoted and hateful views. It is so bad that they're labeled as a known hate group. Of course, the media completely ignores this.
A small gathering of Black Hebrew Israelites, a religious activist group that believes African Americans are God's chosen people.
As the Black Israelites completely antagonize these kids. These kids start doing school shouts and chants to talk over these people, and then a man named Nathan Phillips comes over and starts beating his drum.
And an Omaha elder, Nathan Phillips, went viral and sparked outrage.
And at first the kids think that, oh, he's helping us, he's playing along with our chanting, but then they realize the awkwardness of the situation. This grown man gets right up in this teenager's face and beats his drum. He gives that infamous smirk that shook the nation. And afterwards, what do you think happens? The entire media lies. They claim that Nathan Phillips was a poor victim who was being mocked by this gang of evil children wearing those evil MAGA hats. Because, of course, the left associates anyone with the right, anyone with Trump, and anyone who truly wants to make America great again as evil people who must be destroyed. And so the media went on to lie about Nathan Phillips and the entire event. Fortunately for us, and for the first time in a long time, the entire clip was available online. This is all a hoax. It's fake news. It's a fake story. None of this actually happened. So what was the hero of our story, hacker 4chan, going to do about this bad event? How was he going to save us from the media lies? What was his plan? Introducing Operation Stand Your Ground, known as SYG. Here it says, Annans across the country put posters on campuses and public spaces. Nick is a hero. The mob showed their fangs because of a kid smiling and standing. Now they've got egg on their face. We want to highlight their derangement. To the shills, yes, we've decided to continue our PSYOP. Thank you for the encouragement you've shown us. We are clearly over the target. They note some very important guidelines. Annans will keep postering tonight. Have a fun Friday. Mastiff postering last night, and many say they will again tonight. Do not change the design. Do not commit any vandalism or crimes. Wear a disguise if necessary. Ignore shills. They are terrified. Godspeed. And as you can see, here's a little guide. Do not get caught. Do not go anywhere that is not open to the public, where free speech is your right by default. Do not use anything that is permanent or damaging in any way. Spray adhesive and wheat paste is vandalism. If you go somewhere you're not supposed to go and commit a crime, that's burglary. Life is on the table. Vandalism is a crime. The best and technically only place to post is on designated announcement boards. This is why schools and colleges are good. Now, I don't actually think that's true, but that's what they're saying. If a cop wants to talk to you, give them, "Am I being detained?" If they demand to see your ID, comply under duress. Record. Be aware of your local mask laws. T, a veteran of the meme wars. So the main idea is to go around spreading this image. It contains the iconic smirk that shook the world of Nick Sandman, the main Covington High School kid at the center of this event. It's important to note that after the mainstream media lied, there were people levying threats against him. Sarah Beatty was recorded as saying, "Oh yes, the kid who's marching against other women's reproductive rights." And that's their way of saying, I want to be able to abort any time, and I don't want to feel like it's murder. In fact, if you could throw in late-term abortions, that would be great too, while wearing a hat promoting an evil, homophobic, racist, misogynistic sociopath who was totally misrepresented. And of course, below that, you see someone threatening violence, asking in a question, actually. I think it goes without saying that the media was endangering these children, lying about them, and spreading leftist propaganda. So although this operation is in its early stages, we've already had some feedback from the mainstream. Here on 13 WBKO ABC, one of the first headlines in response to this operation has happened. As you can see here, South Warren High School situation under investigation. Let's play the clip.
South Warren High School is investigating after posters were put up around the athletic complex. 13 News was sent this photo Wednesday morning of what appears to be a drawing of Nick Sandmann. The poster reads, "Stand your ground." Sandmann was involved in an incident between Kentucky high school students and a Native American elder, which gained national attention over the weekend. The district has been made aware of the situation and is looking into it.
So I want you to notice two things about this story. The first is that they mention the Kentucky high school students and the Native American elder, and they say it gained national attention over the weekend, but they don't tell the truth. They don't say, oh, this was a hoax, it's a proven hoax, and the media keeps lying about it. And they also say, we're going to investigate this, as if it's some massive crime. It's really, it's funny. I've got to say, it's absolutely funny. The media in its stupidity keeps pushing the same lies. These sentiments are reflected in the comment section. Matt Leopard says, so this kid does nothing wrong, and suddenly his picture is offensive? Toyota Honda Bushido says, yes, the left will have a mental breakdown over literally anything. JD Ryder replies, the left isn't having a mental breakdown. The left is going full bore on instigating racial hatred and violence. And of course you have people asking, what is there to investigate? This is about standing up to bullies, and I would agree with both sentiments. So what is the goal of this operation? What is our hero 4chan trying to achieve? Well, much like the It's Okay to Be White operation, this is about telling the truth. This is about telling people to stand their ground in the face of adversity, to stand their ground when they're being attacked. This is non-violent, and I would like to make that very clear. This operation shows a lot of the same tactics as guerrilla marketing. If I were to give it a name, I would call it non-violent guerrilla activism. Nobody gets hurt, nothing wrong is done, no crimes are committed, and yet you can go out there and send a message to the liars of the mainstream, to the far left, and to everyone who was lied to. The Stand Your Ground meme has already started making rounds on Twitter, and here you can see the caption. When the failing NYT tweets out your meme and salt flows freely. NYT is the New York Times. So 18 hours after the Stand Your Ground meme that was posted on January 21st by a Canadian poster, a Twitter user named Steadman, a national politics reporter at the New York Times, posted the meme which was making rounds on Facebook. Stand your ground. What do you think was the response? What was the response to the hero 4chan's actions? Well, at first there was general disgust as the NPCs started to have a meltdown. I may have just thrown up on my phone screen. This is obscene. How do we get out of this nightmare? Is he being portrayed as some sort of martyr? Yes, he is, because he was a martyr. You lied about him in the media. These are the sickest people I've ever witnessed in my life. The left did not stop there. What did they do next, you ask? Threats of assault or murder. They're saying it should be legal to murder people in MAGA huts, right? I mean, any one of them could have had a gun. How can we trust them? Until we effing knock you down. There's that bloody smirk. A holy slappable face. He's got one of the most punchable faces I've ever seen, and this version of it is no better. Let me remind you folks, these were high school students. These were teenagers. As many would say, children. These people are threatening violence. Violence against children. Think about that for a second. Think about how far gone the far left must be if they're threatening violence against kids. But it didn't stop there. Then you had Russia and other conspiracy theories. Any Russian troll farms involved? Is that the Game of Thrones font? No, you hipster shithead. It's not the Game of Thrones font. Real life isn't Harry Potter. No. But close. Trump had something to do with the poster being drawn up, betcha. Their strategy is to put so many stories out there, people have to decide that there are only alternative truths. And disengage. It's so frustrating. We have to stay on point. Healthcare, raise minimum wage, etc. As disgusting as we find it, keep in mind, it is professional trolls that are driving trends to sow discord amongst us Americans. This is what Putin wants, and it is working. Dude is laughing his ass off. McConnell and co are complicit in allowing this to continue. More Russian conspiracy, they say. And of course, the far left responded by calling these people Nazis, to which they are not, spreading anti-white rhetoric, And one user humorously reported they're gonna leave the planet. Oh. Ugh. Okay, I'm taking the mission to Mars. You know, there's really a lot you could say about a society where smirking is now considered a crime, or a smile where the wrong facial expression is considered a crime. In fact, I think there's a word for it. Face crime. Just like George Orwell, who was a prophet of his time, said. In any case, to wear an improper expression on your face was itself a punishable offense. There was even a word for it in Newspeak. Face crime, it was called. We literally live in the era where the left has pushed their insane ideology so far that having the wrong facial expression is considered face crime. And so, where does our hero 4chan stand on this issue? Well, some say he's still out there, spreading memes far and wide, posting them all over town. He says too many. Maybe you too can make a difference. But will this operation truly change anything? I think it remains to be seen. For now, I'm simply going to chronicle this story, publish it to let you guys know what is going on, and if more comes of this, and there's more headlines, and it becomes a national issue, I will make a part 2. If not, well, for now, all we can do is sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. This has been Mr. Obvious, bringing you the obvious. And I'll see you all next time.